Welcome to another episode of Wormhole Extremists. My name is David Reed. I'm with Nicole Rodriguez-Galdo.
Hello.
And Evie Cahill.
Greetings.
Welcome to a important episode in the series. Introduces an important ally, our first our first technologically advanced ally. And what a shot.
Yeah.
This whole sequence is so cool.
It's really,
Honestly,
really incredible.
You know, even now,
Just looks like
all this time
Pompeii.
later, it looks great. Yeah, it looks great.
It really does. So, this was written by Catherine Powers.
Yes.
So this is her third episode, but she was involved in a few teleplays with another 2 episodes, and directed by William Garrity. It's his second and final episode for this season. He also directed Broken Divide.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So this is obviously, first mention of the NID, first appearance of the Tolans, which is their first of 4, I believe.
That sounds about right.
It's also the first appearance of and use of the UAV, the unmanned aerial vehicle.
Very good.
Yeah. And
Look
obviously first episode with Tom Macbeth, one of my favorite guest stars,
Mayborn
as Harry Mayborn.
This is a very key one.
His first of 11. Which is really cool, and obviously first appearance by Garwin Sanford as Nareem, and he's one of my favorite guest stars as well. So, pretty excited to see both of my 2 favorite guest stars appear in the same episode.
I just love the way that this show can just start in such chaos sometimes and get you excited for what's going on, because it's like, what a crazy start to an episode. And it's like, you just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going on. And it's just so exciting.
Nareem sees an angel.
Yeah.
What do they use for the ash?
That's a great question. I have no idea what they use for the ash. I'm going to have to find out.
Back in the day, they used to use like asbestos.
Isn't that for like the Wizard of Oz? They had that?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
So, yeah.
Jeez. And of course, we have... oh, come on, brain, don't fail me now. Omak. I want to say Malak. I'm like, no, Malak.
Tobin Bell?
Yes, Tobin Bell, who is sending out the first warning. Do not help us. Leave us alone.
Yeah. I didn't realize that he's like he's in the first 8 Saw films as like the central character.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How do you not know that?
I have never watched Saw. I don't like torture porn.
No, well, I'm not like hugely into it, but like I've seen some of them, and I also play a game that's like a horror game where you play as one of the Saw killers in one of the films, and then you have to like kill your friends.
Wait, he's in 8 Saw films?
8 Saw films as the central character.
I didn't even know there were 8.
There's more than 8.
It's like Final Destination. They just won't stop. When they find a decent horror thriller kind of story, they just milk it till the end of time.
I guess so. Yeah, I can see kind of his personality.
He's got a vibe.
He's the villain, but to be honest, you kind of get why he's doing the things. He's just a bit too vengeful.
Well, that's what makes an interesting villain, So
there's apparently an unconscious Tolan who grabs his hat before it falls to the floor.
That's quite funny.
I think it's this guy here. It's the last one.
Oh yeah.
His hand kind of came out to grab it.
It's like, you know what? Let's hang on to this. That's clever.
Dan Ben says there are 9 Saw films. My goodness.
Wow. Okay then. Very good.
That's 9 films I'd be actively avoiding.
And let's make it clear here. They have next to no ash on them. Come on, guys.
Oh yeah. Why do they look so clean? I never realized that before.
The Stargate scrubs you.
Hmm.
No, it doesn't. Look at the glass. Oh,
well, I didn't know. Obviously, I didn't think of that. But yeah.
Yeah, that's no, it doesn't. It's just a production thing. So.
I was to the fact that they weren't covered in ash. It's very oof.
Daniel had his glasses hanging on his shirt collar, and I thought for a second there, it was the glasses that you can kind of play hide and seek with in the show. So we'll see him later on.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about that for O'Neill's desk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the multicolored frames. Yep.
First civilization that we've had that is more advanced than us have encounters with.
Yeah.
So.
Shame they're so difficult, but very good reasons. So.
And this is a great question. How can they be ahead of us if they came from us? And then we talk about the
Yeah.
Dark Ages.
Oh, the Dark
Dark
Ages
Ages.
conversation. Oh,
Yeah.
got so much beef about the
Okay.
Dark Ages.
Okay. Humans are gonna human.
I know, it's so damn frustrating.
So I was on Reddit yesterday doing some research, and someone seems to think that this particular scene coming up with Ormark looks like it was filmed separately, and he's not actually in the same room as these people. But I don't know how you would tell exactly.
Let's have a look. So it looks like it's done separately, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
This shot.
Is it someone
Yeah.
suspicious that it is, or is it confirmation that it is?
No, he was just suspicious that it was. It sounded like he was a bit of a film nut.
Okay.
And he seemed to think that it looks like it was filmed separately, but I don't think I have an eye.
I was going to say it doesn't make sense logically and with money wise to do that.
I mean, the light to his left, it has changed intensity a little bit, but I mean, they could have shifted some stuff around. Obviously, every shot is lit its own way.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I call shenanigans. So.
Shenanigans.
It would be. I mean, why would they film this?
I don't know. Availability.
I suppose, but he was laying right there in the other shot, so it's not like they've gone to Tobin and say, "Hey, Tobin, that performance really sucked. Let's do it all over again."
Yeah, doubtful.
Yeah.
I was going to say as well. So Garwin Sanford had actually previously worked with IDA and Don Esteves on MacGyver.
Correct.
And he'd also worked with Christopher Judge. And he was actually really good friends with Don Esteves. And he even lived with him for a little while when he first moved to the US from Canada.
Yeah.
I was actually blown away by the fact that he was almost a commercial pilot. If he didn't study acting, he would have been a pilot.
He is a pilot.
I love that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But like he would have been like a commercial pilot.
Correct. Yeah. Garwin is a jack of all trades. He built his own house.
He's an incredible guy.
He's an incredible guy. One of my favorites.
Can we just go back a few seconds to the fact that Omar just said he's like you're Jafar, it's he knows. It's really cool that like not many people they bump into like recognize him and kind of look down on them with like disdain. Most people just fear him, and this guy's like, ugh.
Well, it's a part of it's a big part of the problem of trusting us when people see us for the first time, because we're with a Goa'uld sympathizer, and it's like no, this one isn't. So this we always have to make that clear.
Oh, there's Garwin.
There he is.
And the crush begins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Already begun. The crush continues.
The crush continues. So apparently Garwin didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this role.
No, he flew back from Africa.
There was only like a few days between being offered the role and actually like commencing the filming. And I think he had something like half a day to prep. So he didn't really have a lot of time to decide how he wanted to play the character. He just sort of went with his gut instincts. But because the character didn't speak, because the character didn't speak with any contractions, Garwin sort of decided to play him quite formal and regimented, with like integrity and honor. But I think it's a very good performance.
If Garwin's performance doesn't sell, the Tolan wouldn't have come back,
Exactly.
I mean, that's all there is to it, and he does. He makes it work.
I was listening to another podcast on this episode, and they kept on saying how he was really boring, and I was like, that just cuts me to my core. He's not boring.
He's a milquetoast. He's pretty straightforward. I mean, even Garwin admits that Nareem's a milquetoast. So I mean,
What the hell does that mean? Sorry, what are you saying?
You're the British one of us, and you don't know what a milquetoast is?
No.
Okay, it's basically a nice way to say boring. So
okay, I've learned a new word.
Because like milk is boring and toast is boring, so that makes sense.
But he's very
milk and toast is delicious.
That's not really completely fair. His personality,
Nareem is delicious.
In terms of like how he like interacts with people, he's very, very even keeled and very soft. He's not dynamic and flashy,
No.
So that's
nice because you kind of just get him.
Yeah,
correct, exactly.
He's not
right.
showing off. He's just nice, and sometimes you need that in a man or a person.
So
Whoever floats your
Garwin, I think
boat.
Garwin also said that the reserved nature of the Tolan people gave him a lot more room for expression, especially when he starts to warm up with Sam, and as we
Correct.
see when he sees birds for the first time.
Right. Yeah. They can express themselves, but they're very guarded against humans because they don't trust us. I mean, look at what just happened with Sarita. You know, they're not going to go for that. And he said that this costume was uncomfortable.
It
doesn't
looks
look
uncomfortable.
comfortable.
Yeah.
I like how calm he is and how like simple he is with stuff, but he's trying to be charming and sweet. And it's like it's almost a bit awkward, but it's also really nice. And it's like, oh, how cute. I approve.
The Shamal.
The Shermal appears at the moment of
Oh,
death.
this is the angel. Yes.
Yeah. Some of us do.
I do like this. Yeah.
There's not a lot of times we see the exterior of Cheyenne Mountain.
No.
Pretty clearly Vancouver.
We see that
got some
hatch a
higher
few
hills.
times with some
Yes,
trees around
correct.
it, and then that's it. Pretty much.
A matter of time. You know, it comes into play.
Yes, a matter of
again in
time,
foothold and again
Yes.
in
Right.
proving ground when
Yeah.
Jack has to break back
Exactly.
in.
Yep.
Good days. I'm excited.
It have to makes you wonder if there's some kind of a hatchet at the actual Cheyenne Mountain.
Mm.
Hello, bald
I'll
eagle.
have to go look for it.
Look, it's a flying animal.
He's so cute. I used to have a bit of beef with Nareem when I was younger because I was kind of like, oh, get out of the way. You're ruining my ship. Like, I want Sam and Jack to get together. Stop it.
Oh, you were that
Oh,
hardcore.
this is so early.
Well, I
though.
wasn't like hardcore, but I was kind of like, just get out of the way. You're ruining it. But then as I got older, I was like, no, you know what? I need to respect the fact that relationships and dynamics happen and people, you know, can have feelings for each other and it not work out, you know? So,
That's correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, would he be the first of her, you know, quote unquote boyfriends that dies? Because I know there's like this whole fan theory that
No,
she's
Jonas
a
died.
Black Widow. Yes, Jonas was. So he'd
Jonas
be the
is
second,
technically the
maybe.
first death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then-
Nareen dies after Martouche
That's
does.
correct.
So he's the third.
True.
And so yeah,
I believe.
And then Joseph
I meant-
Faxon. I'm not sure
Oh,
what
wait,
sequence
hold
he
on.
dies in.
Orlan died at the beginning of season 5, but he ascended again. So does that count?
Oh, yeah,
It's-
good point.
It's a death. I mean, season 5 is really bad for
Good
Sam
point.
Nareen's
dies.
the fifth
so-
that dies.
It
There
was
we
a bad
go.
season. Oh God.
And then there was 5th. Oh man,
That's
does
true,
5th
too.
count? Oh,
There's
so many.
There's literally so many.
Yeah. Well, Repla Carter kills 5th, so
Yeah,
what a cool
man, I
shot.
really like 5th. That is a cool shot. Oh, look at him. He's so excited. Yeah. I'd be excited.
And later on, this is all retcon because it only takes a fraction of a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And this is Hawaii.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where did they get that
I was
footage
gonna
from?
say,
it's
yeah.
Hawaii.
I don't know
Okay.
if it's Hawaii, but I mean, it's
It
clearly
looked like real footage from Earth.
of course,
somewhere, so.
yeah. Well, just like the bald eagle, you know, it's stock footage. So
Jed Ted said Pete's alive. Yeah, the one survivor.
As far as we
Pete's-
know.
yeah. Well, I mean, ultimately, yeah, Orlin did live it, but yeah.
Hey, she married McKay in another reality, and he didn't die. So
That's
hooray!
That's true.
It's also not
That's
our
true.
Sam, so.
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
Geek Fet Web, so is Sam cursed? So, okay, so this is a running gag. So when the show was airing,
Yeah.
she was called the Black Widow.
Black Widow.
And the temporary title for Chimera in season 7 was Black Widow Carter. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yep.
She's breaking the curse in that episode. So I feel like the relationships in the show, like, you know, their personal romantic relationships are often, they have to be kind of sidelined for the main plot.
Well, they
So
have to
none of them
be.
really get, none of them really
It
get
is-
their happy, good relationships. There's not much
No.
point in delving into them too hard.
And then it's only sort of something that happens very subtly in the background. Obviously, it's a sci-fi
Yeah.
show, so it's not going to be focused entirely on the romance.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
We don't have ships.
Oh dear. I love when they have to say this to people.
Our space program is very new. That's
Yeah,
great.
let's not talk about how new it is.
But we may be able to contact some friends if they didn't bury their gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Tuplo's in this episode as well.
I was going to say,
Yes.
Gerard Plunkett returns as Tuplo for his
They're
second
welcome
episode.
in the land of the light.
And also Frida comes back as Lyra.
Frida does come
At
back
the
as
end,
Light.
yeah.
This is probably
This is
the
a fun one.
biggest episode in terms of taking advantage of previous stories and really
Yeah.
laying them together.
Well, when
Well,
the
the
show respects previous episodes like that, I get excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the last time we saw Gerard was in Fire and Water as Nem.
Yep.
That's correct.
Yeah. What fate Amaruka?
Okay.
Now it's like What Fate Tollans.
Right, exactly. Huh. Well, not fate with Land of Light, let me tell you.
It's really funny how like Daniel and Sam are really trying to prove themselves to the Tolans, and the Tolans are just like big sus. They're like, nah, sorry.
They're not interested.
But I like.
They have every reason at this point.
They're just very
Yeah, I like that.
skeptical of other planets.
I like the fact that they are skeptical, because it's kind of like because when we start watching Stargate, it's always like of course people would be willing to share. Like I never really considered when I was watching as a kid that no one would want to share with them. And then I was like, oh yeah, we do kind of have a habit for self-destruction and stuff like that. Yeah, big oopsie.
If you haven't learned to appreciate the technology by just having it thrust on you, it can create dire consequences.
Yeah.
Did you guys
So-
notice the cat crate?
Yes, I was going to say
Yes.
Erica actually made the excellent point that it's also Schrodinger's first episode.
That's correct.
Yes. Lockwood says, wonder if that food was just for the scene or for the crew lunch. Yeah, those grapes looked really nice. I'd love some grapes
They
right now.
did.
So she's given him the books, but I mean they're going to be in English, obviously. Do the Tollans have a different written language?
I'm sure one of those devices can help him translate. I mean, he's got
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's not delve too deeply into the fact
Oh,
that
look at the
everyone speaks
beautiful
English.
ginger chonk.
delve.
It looks like my ginger chonk, who's literally sitting right next to me.
It does look like Twisty.
He does look like Twisty.
I like that I learned this when I was 5, and I tried to tell like someone in my class about it, and they got so confused.
Mhm.
And then I went to secondary school, which is from age 11 till 16, and there was on like boards, display boards in my science classes, there was Schrodinger cat stuff all over it, and I was like, oh, I already knew that. I'm so smart. Thanks, Stargate.
Equilibrium physics.
I love this. She's met her match.
Yep, absolutely.
Elementary
Misconceptions.
science.
Misconceptions. Oh,
Elementary science. I'm surprised that she's surprised.
Mm.
Of course, there's a chance that they've licked quantum physics. Look at them.
Oh,
So
no, Mark does not like this. He's like, stop fraternizing with these primitives.
well,
Yeah.
their planet just blew up because of this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
I mean, it's like I don't know of a greater warning other than that. Obviously, we don't know that yet as an audience, you know.
No.
But I mean, the conversations is where that started, which led to technology, which led to explosions, which led to the falling of planets out of skies. So
Yes.
hello, German Shepherd.
I love doggies. We saw a cat, now we get the dogs.
Yeah.
Though they're slightly more aggressive. Yeah, they probably didn't need to come after them with weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chill out, guys. God, these dogs are very aggro. Someone give it a bone. Give them a little cuddle.
So I don't know if I've missed it already or if it's coming up, but Nareem at some stage mentions that it'll take a lifetime for a Tolan ship to reach Earth. So that kind of suggests that they don't have intergalactic hyperdrive technology,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting
Yeah.
if they're so advanced. But then on the same hand, I guess like, are they capable of creating it but have chosen not to because they're sort of like,
That's what I'm wondering.
Make a freaking Stargate. I think if they put their mind to it, they could probably come up with it. He says that in this episode because in this episode, the scale of the galaxy and what our allies have and don't have is still really being figured out. So
yeah, I feel like maybe that was like a misstep in dialogue they chose for this episode.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, that was refined later on. Hello, Tuplo.
I would love to take a holiday in the Land of Light. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
Well, now that they've, now that they've they no longer have that disease running amok.
Yeah. The Hilksha, as they say.
That's right.
The curse, yeah.
Fertility abounds.
Put that in the next trivia test, David. I might remember it.
So the Tolans pass, but Ryak doesn't. So he'll eventually go with Drayok.
I do feel really bad for these guys because they've come all this way just to be nice to them.
Yeah, I don't think they understand. They just don't understand. Like, Tupelo just doesn't understand like why he's been rejected. Yeah, he could have been a little bit nicer about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
The way he's describing this, the only thing I can feel like, as a comparison is if someone told me, oh yeah, you've got to go live in some hut somewhere with no Wi-Fi, no plugs to plug in your technology. And I'd be like, this is too primitive for me.
Yep.
I require Wi-Fi. That is the only comparative thing I can find.
I'm sorry, yo, but I need an electrical socket.
Yeah, I need something. How am I supposed to stream? How am I supposed to watch TV? Like, come on.
Yeah, you need like a food delivery service. It's just not going to happen on the Land of Light.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine like being forced to move to a more primitive setting after like having a life of a lot of technology. So like for these guys, they would obviously not want to move to such a primitive world.
Mm-hmm. Ray Wood, they judged us by their standards, and so did the Nox. We don't have their science or abilities, but they blame us for having to fight the Goa'uld.
It's a bit rude.
We go out there and we stir the pot a lot in the galaxy. That's for sure.
Yeah, but the pot was already stirred.
That's true.
We didn't open Pandora's box. She was already open.
So here we're getting the explanation as to what happened with Sarita.
And
we just happened to show up when they were evacuating. There's a lot of just happened in science fiction.
Wow, coincidence. By the way, that is the chillest cat. Like,
yeah, what a good little cat.
I wonder if they gave her something. There you go. Too far to hope for a ship in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Now that they know where they are.
Ooh,
but it is still in the Milky Way galaxy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Milky Way is 110 light years across.
She offered for him to stay a little bit, and now he's like, oh, I'd love nothing more.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be nice, my dude.
I'm talking about Schrodinger, not you.
He's so cute. Nareem, not the cat. I'm not a big cat person. Well, the cat's pretty cute. You're in a military facility, my dude. Chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of agree. They didn't really have to go after them with weapons.
No, however, they don't really know them, and they just like broke out of their facility. So
they could be.
You don't know.
I mean, they could be. Space commies, or,
human form replicators,
space Nazis. Yeah, I mean, who knows who these people
are? Space Nazis.
Yeah,
that's called the Empire. Oh my goodness. I can't even hate him for this. He's just so rude about it.
Yeah. He's definitely not dealing with them delicately.
But they just lost their planet. I mean, I'm going to keep on coming back to that, but it's true.
I know. No, it does make sense.
Yeah, underestimate the significance of that.
Humans are really like self-destructive, and we've had a lot of like war and stuff in history. But you know what? They done got that planet dead and Earth is still going.
That's true.
So, you
They
know,
don't want it to happen
shut
to
up,
us.
Tolans. Yeah.
So.
But our planet's still going, and we're offering them nice things, so they should just be appreciative that they have
this
something.
technology is so cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
Actually, the effect is decent.
Yeah.
It helps that it's on a small monitor screen.
Yes.
On our TV screens, so
that was
smart.
It was
perfect.
smart. It was a smart choice.
Hey, my boo!
Tom Macbeth enters the scene.
A very nice man.
I know, he is an incredibly kind person. And he didn't think that he had like the commanding presence of a military officer, but I think he really pulls it off.
Yep.
He's so nice and sweet in real life. So seeing scary Mayborn early on is like, whoa, excuse me, who, what?
I had the same reaction to Ronnie Cox when I met him in person.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
Gentlest guy, and I'm like, dude, you were one of the most evil people in all the cosmos and all of television and film. But it's just not. That's not who he is. And of course, you would like playing that because that's not who you are. So.
Also, Tom does look he looks fantastic in his dress blues.
And this is our first connection with the NID. So.
Yep.
It is. Yep. First mention of the NID.
Oh, here we go. Basic human rights.
Oh.
I don't think he has a choice.
Oh, good excuse to keep him here longer. Nice. I'm sure you do.
I love the look on Hammond's face, like that, just like set jaw, and he's like,
this is my house.
Yeah, exactly. Don't come in here, Colonel, barking orders at me.
That was an order,
great.
Colonel.
I love that. That's so good. It's so good. Just
I want to once again thank David here for organizing a cheeky little lunch with Tom when we were in Canada. So thank you for that again.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed that.
So fantastic.
It was incredible. Just every now and then I just think back to that day and
like,
just have to sort of shake my head and laugh and just like, I can't believe it happened.
Tom is one of my favorite people in the world, and if he was in town up there, I wasn't going to go up without seeing him before leaving. So I was like, well, let's bring the girls. And
he was one of the people I was most excited about seeing.
He loved it. He asked me for the photos afterwards, so he has all the pictures that we took. And
what a cutie!
Yeah. Specializes in chronic paranoia.
My goodness. Oh, shots fired.
It's funny because like the Nox are kind of live primitively, but by choice.
Yeah. The Nox are at least like nice about it. They're like the very young, do not always do as they're told.
Right, exactly.
All these guys are just primitive. It's like, alter your language a little bit. I'm glad we've gotten a positive relationship for Sam in season 1 that's not with another member of SG1. Like, Jonas was not a good example of a male companion for her, and Nareem is lovely. So,
Gate Gabber said, "Thanks from me too. That was a beautiful day." Yeah, Linda went with us too.
Yes.
Pompous Aries.
Mayborn is the worst in season 1. I love his growth.
So
He's
delicious.
so fantastic.
He has
the
best
delicious
character arc.
It's so tasty.
Best character arc. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know why he wasn't chosen for like a minor role on MacGyver, because he said that he auditioned like 30 to 40 times and he never got hired.
Never got hired. Yeah.
I'd love for him to bring it up on set on SG1, being like, "Hey Rick, what happened?"
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it wouldn't have been.
But just like, it would be just good jokes, wouldn't it? Good banter. That's what I would have done if I was in this position. Oh my goodness.
They're still going to be confined.
Look at this.
There's no way that these people are going to allow themselves to be taken.
Prison is still prison, you know.
No.
Raywood said King Mayborn the first. Yes.
That's right. Archon the First.
Good to be king.
Yeah.
Good episode.
It's not really it's more of an observation rather than a goof, but apparently when if the US elections were happening on the same schedule as Stargate, like in terms of the years, then Daniel would have been in Abydos during the last presidential election. So how did he vote?
Well, we know that it's
Yeah.
not. We know that the Henry Hayes election occurred in 2003.
Right.
So they're not on the same time scale as us. in
Which is
terms
season
of
7.
federal
Okay.
elections. Yes.
Yeah,
so-
like I said, it's not really a goof, it's just a
Yeah.
observation. Yeah.
I always just assumed like that had been that president's first administration, and then he got a second term. So
Yeah,
can
maybe.
you can be in for 8 years.
That's
So-
true.
Wouldn't it be funny if like people were I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but like off base on like another like off-world base doing work, and then the presidential election came around, so they had to send their votes back through the gate. That's a weird idea to me, because I was in Spain when I had to do a vote in England, so I had to like mail it back, and it's just
Okay.
that would just be really funny, because obviously you should keep your vote hidden. So I can imagine just them throwing a big like ballot box through the gate filled with votes to send back.
So there is a goof coming up when Olmok takes Daniel's hand to walk through the wall. Their hands switch between shots.
Well. Oh, woo!
They were called the
Yeah!
Knox. Here we go.
Shout out.
Very young.
More polite than calling us primitive.
Literally,
Okay,
that's what I
more
was
polite.
saying. Stop saying primitive and call us young. That at least sounds better. Daniel's such a good boy. I love him so much.
I love this because with the Tolans, if they send the signal, if the Knots can correctly interpret that signal, then they kind of pass their test of sophistication. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
then we can go with you. If you can interpret this signal, we're good.
I love Daniel's little caveat. He's just like, oh, and I have to go with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's I just love the way that they're all just trying to work to help these people. They barely know, but they're trying to show good faith and be kind. And obviously Daniel's like, the goodest boy in the universe. So
Well, he's able to break these rules because he's not part of the military. So
yeah.
Mhm.
it's like a little
He's not going to get court-martialed.
exactly.
If Daniel was a dog, he'd be a golden retriever. He's a floofy baby boy, and I love him.
Oh, that's funny. All right.
That should be my next meme. Stargate characters as dogs.
And he yanks him. I love that.
He is unsure and it's like gets thrown through. I love that. I love when they do it with the gate as well.
Mhm.
Mm.
It's always up in the sky. It's like, what if you have to send the signal through the planet right now? What if it's on the other side of the planet?
Yeah.
You only have half the night sky.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
It's always above.
Let's
never
not think
below.
about it too hard.
No, it just takes away the movie magic.
Yep. And don't they leave one of these devices with us? To send it.
I don't
we,
remember.
We use it again. Oh, we use it to summon the Tok'ra. We send a signal to the Tok'ra.
Ah.
Yeah.
Jed Ted
That's
said
so cool.
Stargate K9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of SG1. Wouldn't it be funny if they had like an all dog SG team? I'd love that. In some universe,
Maybe
out there,
that could be
there's
an
a dog
upcoming
command.
spin-off.
Yeah. We should make our own Stargate comic featuring all our pets.
Like he's sort of slightly warming to Daniel.
Yeah.
The way he
I love the look on
describes-
his
Yeah.
yeah, and the look on
This
his
whole
the look
thing's
on his
interesting.
face where he's sort of like kind of yeah, like he's kind of warming.
Yeah.
Isn't he like just describing basically like not wormhole, but what is he
Look at,
describing?
look at
here?
his face,
black
like
hole or
he's like
something?
yeah. His
We
face
think
just
of it
sort
as
of
the
lights up
face,
a
but
little
they're
bit.
doing something more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Linda said the Stargate dog team would be Richard Anderson's favorite team. Yes, I agree.
It would be.
That's
It really
true.
would.
Very cool.
Dan Ben said I wasn't sure if Daniel votes because no one in the archaeology community heard from him anymore because he keeps no profile.
That's
I like
true.
that. That's good.
What an unusual operating system.
Hello.
So this device that he has sort of like divided the fandom as to whether Nareem is creepy or romantic.
Yeah. Actually, there's always a difference, right? If the guy is hot, then it's romantic. If the guy isn't, it's creepy.
Well, it also
Like
depends
how,
on
you know.
how she's interpreting the advances too.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's true.
I mean, people were saying like with the 50 Shades films, if the guy wasn't so hot, then the woman would not be taking all that money and all those deals. And I was like, that's a good point.
Not
Luckily,
seeing
it.
Nareem is a charming, handsome man, so it's nice. If he was
He's
like
just
an
not
Unas
able to
or a fish
articulate
man,
his
I'd go
feelings
for it.
with words, so he's using this device. So I don't
This is
see it as
cool.
a big issue.
This is really nice. I like this. If I were like had a crush on someone and I didn't know how to say it, I'd be like, here, and then I'd run away.
But could you also program it for other emotions? You know,
I'm
just
sure.
like, I don't know, it's like, I'm really hungry here.
Oh, how awful! But that's also it's partly you know, an empty stomach. So
Gene Deada Smith said, this is romantic. Having Sam's voice in his house is creepy. Yes, I agree.
That was
Yep.
a little creepy.
Yeah. That's a bit much. Like I've been with my boyfriend for over 6 years now, and if he did that with our house, if he programmed the Alexa to speak like me, I'd be like, nah, mate, nah.
Nicole, shall I prepare a midday meal for you and your guests?
Yeah, no, thank you. Oh,
We also
okay,
have
a
this
bit of
custom.
a trope.
we
bit of a trope.
this is.
We have this custom.
Oh, I'm
We have the
just
same
waiting for
custom.
Daniel to ruin it, and it's really funny.
Yeah, I know.
The way he interrupts is really cute.
And Garwin said that this was the best on-screen kiss that he's ever had in all his
Whoa!
years in the business.
Oh, that's
Nice.
great.
Good job, Amanda. Oh.
Typical Daniel.
It's always like a big
Sorry.
brother thing. Hey,
Yeah, I feel like Daniel tries to ignore like those kinds of aspects of SG1. Like it's like he doesn't even realize Sam and Jack have vibes. Like he's never ever acted like he's seen it, like he's blind to it. But Teal'c's always been like, no, I've seen the vibes. I just don't say anything. You know, it's weird. If I had like, you know, a younger sibling, I'd also not want to know what's going on romantically and feel awkward and run away. So Logwatch said, is this Sam's first kiss on Stargate? No, that was in Broker Divide. Let's remember these important things.
Yeah.
He kissed Jack.
That's true.
Well, that one,
When she
this
went
one
all
was more
caveman.
mutual, whereas
was
the one in
definitely
Broken
not,
Divide wasn't really mutual.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is
It
true.
was not a
Solicited?
sensual, yes, solicited,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, this is so. I'm excited.
They've disappeared.
I mean, like poof.
Poof, sir.
I like they try to be all military, but they don't have a word for, you know, walked through the wall. This is so brilliant. Just the chemistry with SG1 here and the way that they get away with saving the Tolan here is phenomenal. Daniel in this episode, really, really great. Like he's just great.
The mainframe's having a breakdown.
Hello.
Sam's just like, I'm not going to do anything.
Oh, isn't this where Daniel like pretends like he can't hear him? He's like, what?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. He puts
Oh,
his...
there it is.
Yeah,
There
there we
it
go.
Like, excuse me? Hmm?
It doesn't. I mean, he could still get They could still punish him.
Yeah.
He could.
But
and he
he's the
can't just
world
do whatever
expert
he
on
wants.
this
Right,
stuff,
exactly.
so, you know. I like he's not even looking. He's like, I don't care. Excuse me. Yeah.
So why were
Suck
the
it, Mabon.
chevrons being encoded?
Because
don't
it's
get
like that.
encode-
It's like there, but for the grace of God, where it was
Yeah.
encoded from that end, I guess. Which is always a weird thing. The gate dialing's always been a sus thing that I try to ignore sometimes. Because it's not always
Hi,
consistent.
liar.
There her is.
Ah, the Mongol guy did forcibly kiss Sam in Emancipation. This is her third kiss.
Oh, true.
Both the previous ones were not her choice, technically.
Fair
Oh
point.
dear. Oh, Mayborn, you're a big softy in the end.
Oh,
Calm down. We know what you really are. Oh, that warms my heart that she singles Daniel out as like the special one. It's what like all the other races who believe in peace do. They always single Daniel out as the one who will actually be willing to change and adapt. That's why Oma chose him later.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Nareem was right.
Yeah. There you go, Mark. Eat your words.
Yeah. He's a big enough man to know when he's wrong.
Yeah, I really like that. And he patted him on the shoulder, which is
quite
really
a
sweet.
fatherly sort of touch on the shoulder.
Well, he says, later on when Nareem talks about it, he said, he really appreciated what you guys did. So
yeah.
he was wrong.
Oh, this scene is so cool.
So Schrodinger doesn't seem to have an aversion to water like most.
Evidently not. And I love how Laia just
think about that.
turns the Stargate. That is such a cool
like
effect.
what?
That is awesome.
Yep. We've seen advanced
Like,
civilizations.
there's no other.
Whoa.
Yeah, no other civilization can do that.
Look at that.
Cassandra does it in 1969.
True, she does.
Yeah. So.
Fire at what, bro? Chill out. Oh, look at that. Suck it. Goodbye, loser. Oh.
There we go.
Yeah, me too, Jack.
Those people.
Raywood said, Mayborn, say goodbye to your little friends.
No kawoosh. No.
Yeah, no, not this
time.
time.
There are other ways of
the
activating
Nox didn't need
the gate.
it.
Yeah, when Cassandra did it, she did it it was the exact same.
It's
way.
funny when the gate activates, right? They could have just, Atlantis has a little shield on it.
Right.
I feel like the Kawoosh is just invented because the ancients wanted to do everything big. As Daniel says in season 8, Atlantis season 1.
He's not a happy camper.
I love this little chat.
We don't often have 4 of them in a frame this tight.
No, it's really cute.
It's a very good shot.
Mm-hmm.
They're very young. Do not always do as they're told. Look, they're just sitting there all really happy with themselves. And I love that there was just a quiet moment afterwards where they just quoted the Nox.
Mm-hmm.
And what a sweet and nice way to do that. Yeah. That was really cute.
Lovely episode. This is a great show that shows the promise of what's to come.
Yeah. So it's a shame all the stuff that goes down with the Tolan later, but
Mm-hmm.
it's Stargate. We races come and go, and and sometimes they don't even go; that we just don't see them again. But they're hopefully living happily ever after on their own little worlds. So, like the people of the land of the light, I hope they are living their best lives.
They continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I really like that episode. I don't love it, but it's a really good one. And
I think it's
it starts out really
solid
cool.
episode.
And yeah, it has a lot of contributions and kind of teaches you a lot and reminds you where Earth's place in the galaxy and like how new we are. And I love that.
Reminds us of
really
our
good.
place in the in the greater
really
universe.
like it.
Enigma,
Really good
everyone.